Good morning, friends. Today, we are going to discuss about the economic reasoning or methods of economic investigation. As you all know that economic investigation follows a lot of approaches, or it is the result of systematic approaches that we read into particular conclusions in economics or in uh, all other social sciences. We are today going to discuss about two important approaches in economic reasonings. They include deductive approaches and inductive approaches. Deductive approaches and inductive approaches, or deductive method and inductive method. In the case of deductive reasoning or deductive method, it is a general to particular approach. It is a general to particular approach. Sometimes it is also known as top to down approach. Top to down approach. Here we start with a particular theory. On the basis of this theory, we make some hypothesis, and on the basis of the hypothesis we have formulated, we make some observations, and finally we reaches to the conclusion or reaches to the confirmations. This is the way uh, where we reaches inferences in deductive reasoning. And in this method, we have to follow some important steps. First of all, we have to select a problem. We have to select a problem. Secondly, we have to formulate assumptions. And thirdly, we have to formulate a hypothesis through logical reasoning. And finally, we have to verify the hypothesis. These are the steps we have to follow in the deductive approach. This method is also known as a top-to-down approach. In this method, we generally follow a general to particular reasoning approach. And in the case of inductive reasoning, we start with the specific observations, or it is a reasoning of particular to general, particular to general. That is why it is known as bottom to top approach. Bottom to top approach. In this method, we start with the specific observations, and on the basis of observations, we develop some pattern, a pattern of relationships. On the basis of these patterns, we make some hypothesis, tentative hypothesis. And finally, we test the hypothesis and reaches the theory or reaches the final confirmation of our investigation. This method is also known as concrete method, historical method, or realistic. These methods sometimes also called as historical, concrete, or realistic method. And in this method, it is a reasoning particular to general or individual to universe. And this method is based on experimentations and observations. Experimentations and observations. So these are the two important methods. Although we have to approach as deductive and inductive reasoning, generally we use the combination of these two methods in economic investigations, and the combination of these two methods makes sometimes more perfect result in the economic research. So that is about today. Hope you all very have a good idea about this method. Thank you very much. If you have any clarifications,